Hello, astronomical clock lovers and Brno fans. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jana, and this is Curves on the Road. Today's video will be about my hometown, Brno. I'll show you the most typical places, so if it's your first time, you should definitely visit them. One of the main attractions, I would say, is this astronomical clock. I have to really pay attention to pronounce it properly because I think when Brno was asking an architect to make it, they didn't, and they accidentally asked for a clock. Because, I beg your pardon, how does it look to you? But it's really cool. It doesn't show the time, forget it. If you thought finding the right time on the astronomical clock in Prague was difficult, on this one, almost impossible. But if you come at 11 a.m., there is one little ball with symbols of Brno that falls from one of the holes that are turning. So if you're lucky and you're here at the right time, you might get the ball. If you're not lucky, in some of the souvenir stores around, you can purchase it. I bought mine in the souvenir store near the old town hall. So you can do it like that if you really like the design. It's handmade, so each and every ball is original. And why 11? 11 a.m. is actually very symbolic for Brno. When the Swedish army tried to defeat Brno, they decided that if they don't succeed till midday, till noon, they'll leave. And the people from Brno found out, and it was 11 a.m. and they really couldn't resist any longer, so they asked the church to strike for noon. And it saved the city. The Swedish army left, and since then, as to commemorate that event, in Brno, the noon is at 11 a.m. This building is Doombanenglippe. It has beautiful frescoes. This, my dear, is a red church. Can you guess why we call it red church? Hint, the orange color might help you. Here's the front of the church. It's in the middle of quite a busy street. There are nice Christmas concerts in this one. Brno has lots of universities. We are looking at the prettiest one, based on my opinion, and that's the Janáček Academy of Musical Arts. Look at the statues. Muses, goddesses of the arts and proclaimers of heroes.
Heroes like Hercules.
Honey, you mean Hercules!
This is a special place for Brno people. Here, if you have a meeting in the center, they'll tell you, let's meet pod hodinama. And this is the clock they have in mind. So expect here crowds of people who are waiting for their friends. And this street leading to the Liberty Square is called Ceske, or like Czech Street. And We call it čára. And here is the typical Czech public transport. In other cities, you can call it tramvaj, but in Brno, in order for people to understand you, you have to say šalina. Again, tram in Brno is called šalina. This is the building of the highest court of the Czech Republic. Everybody thinks it's in Prague, but no, we have it here in Brno. There's a never-ending rivalry between the capital Prague and the city of Brno. So since they have a man on the horse, we have to have our man on the horse. The statue is called Jošt, and these days the shield is covered with the flag of Ukraine to show them our support. And here's the model of Brno. When something is big, we tend to say je to velké jako Brno. It's big as Brno. We're near the St. Jacob's Church. Underneath this church there is the second largest ossuary in Europe. If you want to check it out, I have a video about it. Oh my god, this is like really creepy. One thing you probably wouldn't expect from a church is a statue like this. Let's get you even closer. Can you see him? There's a tale about the origins of the wicked little man who shows his butt. They say once this church and the Petrov were being built, it was approximately at the same time. And this cathedral was being built much faster than Petrov. But Petrov had much more money, so they decided they can stop or postpone the construction of this church. And they forced the main stonesmith to leave the construction. He had to agree, but he said, before I leave, I want to make the last window I started. And as a goodbye, he put the little statue of a man showing his butt on top of it. And here's the infamous Petrov, or the Cathedral of St. Peter and Paul. I have already shown you some bones. How about now some mummies? In this Capuchin crypt under this church, there are mummies of the dead monks. Thanks to the conditions in the crypt, that it was airy and dry, the bodies were extremely well preserved. The entry to the crypt cost 80 Czech crowns, which is approximately 3 euros. The figurine, also known as Clementine, contains the bones of a deceased lady. There are dozens of mummies, most of them from the 18th century. So we were inside the Capuchin tomb. I didn't expect it to be this naturalistic. I don't know what I expected. I was here as a kid. I don't know if my family gave me some mild tour or they skipped some parts, but now it was scary. As a kid, I didn't like like perceive it that scary, but now it was very weird feeling to walk among the dead. Well, Brno is definitely not only about dead people. I know I showed you a bit of the ossuary and now this, but there are lots of other places to see. Let's go. I'm now right in the center of Brno. Not only the city, but also inside of the whole name. We're at the old town hall, and I'll tell you some tales that are linked to Brno. Let's go.
Here's the stone portal of the old town hall. As you have probably noticed, one of the towers is very crooked. The legend says that when the stonesmith finished his work, he asked for his money, but people from Brno refused to pay him. So as a payback, he made one of the towers very crooked, as are the people of Brno. No comment there. It bears a legend about a master wheelwright, Georg Birk, who casually bet that he would cut down a tree, make a wheel from its wood and roll it to Brno around 54 kilometers all in one day. And he won the bet.
The thing behind me is not an alligator. It's a dragon. It's a symbol of Brno, and the legend says that there was a wicked dragon near Brno and it was eating people. So they tricked him by killing a bull, stuffing it with the slate lime and putting it near the dragon. The dragon ate it, and when it went into the river, he just died from the lime inside of his stomach. They stuffed him, and he is here ever since. I took you now to Zelný trh, or as we in Brno say, Zelňák. It's called Zelňák because there are fruit and vegetable markets all around the square.
One of its dominants is this fountain, Barnas.
There are several theaters. The one behind this play column is a bit more experimental. It's called Goose on the String, or Husa na provázku. And this one over here is Reduta. It's part of the National Theatre Brno, and it has more classic repertoire. There's like a labyrinth underneath. There are like a set of tunnels underneath the Zelný trh. You can go there and check it out. I've been as the team building a few years ago. It's fun, but like if you have better things to do, you can skip it.
In case you were ever wondering, where did the famous movie director Spielberg get his name from? It could easily be from our castle, Spielberg. Coincidence? I don't think so. Whether you believe it or not, you still should do your cardio and climb up to the Spielberg castle, check out the medieval fortress from inside, and admire the stunning views of Brno.
So that's it. That's the whole video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a big like Brno thumb up. And you can subscribe to my channel. I upload every Sunday. Thank you very much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day, and bye!